My size has always been a struggle. Being healthy and active is something that's very important to me, but dealing with the stresses of life, losing loved ones, and a chronic condition, it makes it a challenge. And it's really hard when you have difficulty feeling confident because you don't appreciate and you haven't accepted what you see in the mirror.
Feeling good enough, because I never felt good enough. I never really loved myself enough. And I'm talking about all of me. The emotional me, the thicker me, the not so feminine me. But in order to feel good enough, I realized I really had to start learning to love every single part of me.
Honestly, that varies from day to day. I think growing up, I always had a hard time accepting that beauty equaled popularity and popularity equaled love. But really that's not the case. Popularity doesn't necessarily mean that you are loved. So yeah, I think that's one of the things. And then my weight has been a struggle, or even my skin, or, you know, it really can vary from day to day, just how I'm feeling that day as to what is going on and why I can't accept who I am.
Growing up, it was easy to not like what I saw in myself, but so I didn't like my size. It was hard for me to be comfortable in the skin I was in. And it was also hard for me to accept compliments. People told me all the time that I was beautiful, but it was hard for me to actually accept that.
That's really a hard question, but I would have to say that it really is about that inner voice. It really doesn't matter what's going on the outside. That inner voice sometimes can get so loud and so negative, and that's created such a challenge at really loving myself.
You have to love yourself. You can't unconditionally love somebody else if you're not happy with who you are. It also encourages us to respect ourselves, as well as it shows honor to the sacrifice that others may have made to get us and help us to where we are today.
2 words, Desiree and Hope. They're my daughters. Even from the smallest things that we do around the home, they emulate me. And I know that if I don't have myself together, they're not gonna have their selves together. And they're beautiful. I want them to feel that beauty that everyone else sees.
To embrace who you are means you embrace life. If we shut ourselves down and shut ourselves, and we're just living in this cloud of hate on ourselves, then we can't see anything else. We can't get enjoyment out of life, some of the simple things. And so really, it's so important to love yourself, because then you can just love life and you can have a happy life and just feel great.
I believe if you don't think you're beautiful and embrace who you truly are, no one else is going to believe that you are who you try to put yourself out here to be. I'm in the beauty industry and I constantly tell people, you're beautiful, and I'm so focused on making other people look beautiful that sometimes I have to step back and look in the mirror and tell myself, you're beautiful too.
I've learned over the years that if you don't truly, truly feel comfortable with who you are, flaws and all, then your relationships suffer, your friendships, you just cannot be the total you that you need to be. So I've learned that by embracing who I am, learning to love myself, everything improves and I can be my best person.
I am fortunate enough to have an amazing dad and 2 awesome brothers. And even with my supportive family, I strongly believe that I have to learn and love myself. Staying positive can be difficult, and sometimes we have to fight. My version of mental toughness is a portion of ignoring the negative, forgetting and not worrying about things that I cannot control, and looking towards the future. It's forgiving myself, forgiving others, doing what I can for others, and looking forward to the future.
It's a quote, and it might sound really simple. This is me. It makes me feel secure, it makes me feel grounded, and it makes me realize and to remember that every part of me that's awkward is okay because this is all me.
A lot of times I have to do a lot of self-affirmation. I will look in a mirror and I will look in my eye and I tell myself, I am beautiful on the inside and out, and I will not let anybody, not even myself, tell me otherwise. So that's one of the things I have to do, and sometimes when even I lose on that battle, I do something that makes me feel good. I put on pretty clothes, or I do my nails, or just something to make me feel good, and then, or something to make me feel like I look good. And sometimes that helps me to get over that hump and make me start to feel good.
It's an ongoing thing to keep yourself positive because it's easy to get into a slump. For me, sometimes I feel like I'm on top of the world, and then other times not so much. But I think for me, I like to switch it up sometimes. I never like to look the same because I don't feel the same all the time. So if I switch it up, I listen to good music, keep good people around me, then I know my inner beauty will radiate.
That changes day to day, but I think just forcing myself to think positively, doing for others because it takes me outside of myself and it reminds me of something bigger. And then always looking to the future with such hope and positivity that things will get better in a time where we all will be able to feel good about who we are.
I am resilient.
I am good enough.
I am beautiful.
I am powerful.
I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm confident.
And I love me.
And I love me.
And I love me.
And I love me.
And I love me. My Natural Me is really a movement for women all over to embrace who they are. No matter what we look like, we all need to learn to love ourselves. And I'm super excited about what we will be doing with My Natural Me. The boxes will be filled with items that really encourage loving yourself. But in addition to that, we'll have articles, videos, and women all over sharing their story of embracing who they are.